Hey guys, Manny back here with another video on the CascadeScents fragrance station, and this one is on my top 5 best fragrance flankers. Now, I was actually inspired to do this after watching Sebastian Jara's top 20 fragrance flankers on his Looking, Feeling, Smelling Great channel. So if you guys haven't checked out that video on his channel or his channel in general, I'll leave his links in the description below. Thank you again, Sebastian, for the inspiration. And now if you're new to his channel or my channel or just the world of fragrance in general, and you don't already know what flankers are, according to Wikipedia, they're newly created perfumes that share some attributes of an already existing perfume. These attributes may be the name, packaging, or notes of the existing fragrance. So that being said, a couple great flankers in recent history include Eau Sauvage Parfum by Christian Dior, as well as Allure Homme Édition Blanche by Chanel. But believe it or not, these flankers are not in my personal top 5 list. They just didn't make the cut. The reason being is that I'm a little stricter with my interpretation of the word flanker. For me, as far as how great a flanker is, it begins with how well it pays homage to the original as far as scent alone. Allure Homme Édition Blanche and Eau Sauvage Parfum are great original fragrances, yes, but besides the name, the packaging, and the advertising, they're nothing like the originals. I get it, with some original scents, sometimes the best way to advertise them is to just put them under the guise as flankers. Like, I would think that this is the easiest way to move bottles amongst the casual noses out there, but as a somewhat informed fragrance user, it's just a cop-out to me. So for this list, I'd like to think that my picks here are definitely spin-offs of the originals as far as scent alone, and we might as well get to counting down with this list starting at number 5. Here's Invictus Aqua by Paco Rabanne. Now, in retrospect, I believe that Invictus was Paco Rabanne's attempt at a signature scent-worthy, versatile fragrance. You know, with that slick advertising and its clear hue, which was indicative of freshness, implying that it's probably pretty safe. But ultimately, like 1 Million, I just felt like it was too bubblegummy myself, so I kind of relegated it to only club usage. But thankfully, in 2016, here came Invictus Aqua, and I thought that this was exactly what the original Invictus should have been. Like a trademark, somewhat fruity, somewhat aquatic, yet really Paco Rabanne with that bubblegum vibe, just overall safe scent. Like, it doesn't go too full-blown Invictus, which I really appreciate. But the problem here is that this is actually a limited edition, so it was only sold in the middle part of 2016, so that kind of sucks. It's just really hard for me to imagine that a designer level house like Paco Rabanne doesn't have an Eau, Spore, Cologne, or Aqua version of one of their most popular fragrances. So we'll see. Kind of gone but not forgotten for me. Again, that's my number 5, Invictus Aqua by Paco Rabanne. Now moving on to my number 4 best flanker, here's Play Intense by Givenchy. Now, in retrospect, my favorite thing about how Givenchy marketed this thing is that they didn't waste any time. Like, they released this intense version and the standard version at the same time. Like, I found both of them really unique with how they dealt with the coffee note. This is like a coffee daytime aquatic, and this was like a deeper, cozier kind of coffee scent, kind of reminiscent of New Harlem, Rojas Man, and Legend by Michael Jordan. But I'd still say that this right here is more reminiscent of this than those aforementioned scents. The reason being is that for the most part, it's fresh spiciness with coffee, and it doesn't really go syrupy like those other scents. So it's like an evening or morning coffee to me, but without the breakfast vibe, if that makes any sense. Just overall actually smells like a more intense version of the original, so that's why I really like this stuff. And again, it's my number 4 on this list, so Play Intense by Givenchy. On to my number 3 best flanker, here's Guerlain Homme Le Boisé by Guerlain. Here, Guerlain took the original Guerlain Homme DNA and made it even woodier, hence the name Le Boisé, which translates into English as woody water. So more cedar, more vetiver, and it's just blended amazingly, so it feels more sophisticated, and it's my favorite from the line in general. Perfect for just about any warm weather outdoor activity, as well as any room temperature indoor occasion. I regularly recommend this to anyone who's in search of a new, cleaner type of vetiver scent. Like, I'd recommend it over Terre d'Hermès EDT because that stuff is a little polarizing for some wearers, and I'd even also recommend it over Grey Vetiver EDP just because the price tag on that is a little too steep. So overall, it's kind of hard to beat the safeness, versatility, and value. That's why it's my number 3 on this list. It's Guerlain Homme Le Boisé by Guerlain. Alrighty, now moving on to my number 2. This is the biggest heavyweight of the list. Here's Dior Homme Parfum by Christian Dior. This beast is without a doubt my favorite out of the entire Dior Homme line right now. Like, you still get that celebrated and notorious lipsticky iris scent here, but you have a lot more balls here with the infused leather note, which I think is brilliant. The result is a Herculean performance, one that doesn't feel watered down whatsoever in comparison to the other lipsticky iris scents that have been watered down within this line. And I extra appreciate this too because Dior has been trying to push some deliberately safer options from this line and others right now, so I'm just glad that we still have beasts like this from the house on the designer level. So if you're still looking for big time lipsticky iris out of the Dior Homme line, or something that is just a little bit more masculine, definitely check this out if you haven't yet. It's Dior en Parfum by Christian Dior. Now moving on, guys, I think it'd be really crass for me if I didn't include a flanker from this line in this best flankers list. So here, representing Thierry Mugler's Amen line, it's Pure Havane at number 1. Now in my humble opinion, Pure Havane is the best smell and blend that the Amen line has to totally offer, period. Like, you get that delicious smelling honey tobacco right away, and it's actually equal parts kind of rugged and smooth with a little bit of a cherry vibe, so it's very reminiscent of an OG Cuban cigar. Somehow I get a lot of compliments with those accords, even into the Amen base, and it's just blended equally well here. Overall, I just can't emphasize enough that it's not too syrupy, not too cigar-y, or Amen-y in any sort of way. It's just smooth and just right. Not much more else to say here, that's why it's my number 1 on this list. It's Amen Pure Havane by Thierry Mugler. So there it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed my video on my top 5 fragrance flankers. We have a winner here, of course, in Amen Pure Havane by Thierry Mugler. If you guys like this scent or any of the other scents on my list, please let me know in the comment section below. Also tell me which flankers are your favorites. I'd love to know too. So yeah, can't wait to hear from you guys. If you guys enjoyed the video too, leave me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet for more great fragrance content. And until then, I will see you later. Take care as always. Peace out. Bye.